Welcome back, everybody, to today's podcast. And welcome if you're listening to me on Spotify, and a big welcome if you're watching this on YouTube. I've recently started uploading my podcast to YouTube, so it's all very new and exciting. So, hello, welcome. I'm Nicola from Freedom from the Desk. So, in today's episode, we're going to be delving into the mystery of the zero inbox. Now, I've looked into this kind of theory before, and hand on heart, I'm the first one to say that my inbox is a shame ground. It's not the prettiest. I manage inboxes for a lot of other people, and I don't think anybody would mind me sharing this because your email and your inbox is something of this monster that tends to grow a bit of a third head. So I wanted to unpack the zero inbox theory, philosophy for you guys a bit today, but a bit more of a simplistic approach because I think it's very fad-like in that a lot of people hear about zero inbox and they instantly think that all their worries and stresses are going to be diminished if they apply this philosophy. And kudos to you if you've achieved that. But I think it's more about breaking it down and understanding it a bit more. So maybe you can implement one or two things and move towards, obviously, that zero inbox theory and mentality. So I hope you enjoy this episode today. It was fun doing the research for it. And don't roll your eyes and go, I can't fix my inbox, because we all live it, we all fear it, we cringe every time we see the notifications pop up, or opening up our inbox at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day and being overwhelmed by what we've got to deal with. So strap in, grab a coffee, grab a water, and we're gonna just gently move into the zero inbox monster that it is, very apt being only a few days away from Halloween where I am in the world. So zero inbox sounds really sexy and efficient, right? I mean, the joy of knowing that you had zero emails to deal with in your inbox, it just sounds like some sort of fantastical, beautiful, ethereal moment that we all aspire to. But the reality is obviously completely different, absolutely different. And for most business owners that I know, including myself, it feels more impossible than actually being a realistic goal. First of all, what zero inbox actually really means and actually how it came into being. So the zero inbox was created by a productivity expert called Merlin Mann in the mid 2000s. And contrary to popular belief, as we've touched on, it was never meant to actually have zero emails in your inbox. This is more about management. It means kind of zero brain space wasted on emails. So the amount of energy, the amount of time that we actually put into dealing with our emails is the thing that overwhelms us, not the actual emails itself. So hopefully what we're going to talk about today is going to become a little bit more doable and less overwhelming. So in the kind of section 2 of what we're tackling today is, why is it hard? And why is it hard, especially for business owners? Because as a small business owner or a solopreneur or online creators, our inboxes become this very messy mix of opportunity, but also obligation. And it's where your client requests land, invoices arrive, marketing noise, newsletters pile up, and sometimes unavoidably collect dust, or even worse, they get missed. And that's when your actual speak properly, Nicola. That's when your inbox actually feels really out of control and overwhelming. And of course, that business brain mentality does as well. So it sort of has this very quick compound effect. Well, I don't want to deal with that. We spend hours looking for an email that you've lost or something like that. Because every time we see that number, let's just say 145 unread, mine is way higher than that. It's a tiny hit of dopamine of guilt. And that guilt actually can kill productivity faster than any crappy Wi-Fi connection that you may have. So let's look at part 3, actually simplifying the system and actually having a look at what I like to call my zero inbox-ish approach. So we're going to put ish on the end of that. So it's going to be a bit more achievable for you guys. So I want you to get the idea out of your head of perfection. Zero inbox is not about perfection. And I want you to think of this as an inbox light. So here's a simplified, hopefully sanity-saving version that you can actually start implementing today. So step 1 is create processing windows. Now this is really powerful. I first came across this when I had a client that used to reply to emails, and when she replied to emails, there's a footer at the bottom of the emails. So there's a little message at the bottom of the emails in italics that basically said, I check my emails first thing in the morning and last thing in the afternoon. If your email is urgent, and then there was a little message. So basically she gave herself a window of a time. So it might be 9:30 in the morning and 3:30 in the afternoon. And that's it. You stick hard and fast to that rule. So you're not checking your email every 10 minutes or every time the notification bell goes off. That notification bell is another thing that we might talk about another day. But you're actually processing. You've got dedicated space up here and in your calendar. I implore you to put it into your calendar that you actually check your email twice a day. And this alone can reclaim lots of distracted time. So step number 2, the 3-minute rule. Now this one's quite hard, so I wanted to break it down for you a little bit. Can I take action to this particular email that you've received in under 3 minutes? Yes equals do it or reply to it immediately. No, move it to a reply later folder, schedule it, or snooze it. So step 3 is unsubscribe or automate one thing a day. So don't go in all guns a-blazing because you will achieve nothing apart from feeling overwhelmed. Don't overhaul your inbox overnight. Each day, unsubscribe for one email that you don't need. And we've all got them. We've all got unsubscribe. We've got emails that prove absolutely zero impact for our business. And these may be newsletters don't unsubscribe from some powerful newsletters that you may be getting that, you want to look at, but in turn might be getting missed because you have so much other crap in your email, in your inbox that is getting missed because your attention is going to that and you may be missing something really important or some key newsletter that you actually want to be engaging with more, but you don't because it's becoming overwhelming because of all the other stuff that's going on. So each day, unsubscribe from one email that you don't need or create a filter for that email as a rule so it actually goes off somewhere. We can create filters. Little side note, and we can actually set up filters for emails that come in. Let's just say it's solely and wholly for newsletters, right? Newsletters that you subscribe to or e-news, whatever the case may be. You can actually create a folder that moves all of those newsletters and e-newsletters and announcements into that folder as soon as they come into your inbox. And then schedule a time in your calendar, say for once a week, to review your newsletters or however often you want to do it. And it's a really good way to see how important they actually are, because then you'll have a dedicated time to review and either remove the rule and think, no, I actually wouldn't mind seeing that in my inbox because I actually want to utilize that newsletter, or simply you unsubscribe. So it's a really good filter. And in a sort of a funnel sort of way, it funnels them. If you're not ready or can't commit to unsubscribing from your newsletters, create a rule that filters them into a dedicated folder and then see how important they are. Because if you don't miss them, they're not that important. Okay? So part 4, your mindset around inbox overwhelm. Right? Okay. This one's really important. What if instead of chasing the perfect inbox, you simply focused on a peaceful one? That's really hard to achieve, if I'm being honest. One that supports you but not controls you. So your inbox shouldn't be some sort of monster that's growing a third head. It's a tool, and you should be using it as a tool. So you're allowed to make it functional, not flawless. And this is what we're moving towards. We're moving towards functional and utilizing it as a tool, not for it to be some big, ugly monster that you don't want to deal with every day. You don't need to be the kind of person who ends every day at zero. Quite honestly, it's basically impossible. You just need to be the kind of person who knows their inbox isn't ruling your life anymore. Okay? So, some mini little challenges for you guys. I want you to set yourself a challenge for this week. Set up your 2-time processing window. Give that a go. I'm not sure if you use chat, but you could put a prompt, ask it to create a prompt for the bottom of your email, notifying everybody that you actually process your emails at XYZ in the morning, XYZ in the afternoon, and just write a prompt out in your voice that you can add as a footer to the bottom of your email. It's a really nice way. It takes away the urgency of you feeling like you've got to attend to your emails every day, and it gives the person that's sending you that email a clear outline or a clear understanding that they may not hear from you straight away, or you will respond either in the morning or in the afternoon. And apply the 3-minute rule. The 3-minute rule, of course, is, can I deal with it? Yes. Can I deal with it? No. Blah, blah, blah. And of course, the third one is unsubscribe from one email every day for 7 days. So then ask yourself, does your head feel lighter? Do you feel a tiny bit more in control? Because that's all we're asking. We're asking for those little micro steps to actually give yourself a fighting chance. So this little tech tip's a fun one. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I actually had a client of mine come to me all guns a-blazing this morning and actually say, I want to use the zero inbox theory. And that's what prompted me to do this, because he saw it as a really positive thing. And I'll work through it with him. And I get his enthusiasm behind it, but I think when we go in all guns a-blazing, we can come unstuck, because it's not the end all be all, and it's not the fix that I think everybody's looking for. And then parts of it, which are brilliant, kind of get lost in the, this is useless, I'm not going to do it again, I'll just deal with my inbox. However, I've been dealing with it for the past X amount of years, and it let it overwhelm us, and we can't have that. So we're looking for really easy fixes for you guys. So thank you for tuning in today. If you're new to my YouTube channel, thank you so much for watching this far. I really appreciate you, and I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate that. And of course, like this video. And if this content resonated with you, I'm going to be sharing a lot more tips and tricks, mindset matters, just lots of really core essential stuff that small business owners need, and that we sort of wade through most every single day. So again, thank you for listening if you're over on Spotify. Thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. And I release these short, succinct videos, podcasts every single week on a Thursday. They're uploaded to Spotify in the morning, and of course added to YouTube on the Thursday. So until next time, have an awesome day.